Let's talk business and baloney. Let me do that. When are you available? I may go see my mom for a few days on Sunday. Oh, I have to sneeze. Let me tell my TikTok, my Instagram people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're feeling fine. Look at this. Good morning, Toyd. Good morning, Toyd. You got to get onto my YouTube because when I'm on Instagram Live, nobody watches it except for like 2 or 3 people. So I have been exclusive with YouTube Lives. So sorry. I feel so lonely, baby. I feel so lonely, I could die. Post the story. Oh, I have one person. Okay, fine. Fuck you. Fuck you. Good morning, Toy. Mention. You gotta get onto my YouTube. Bologna Sandwich Show. When I'm on Instagram Live, nobody watches it except for like 2 or 3 people. So I have been exclusive with YouTube Lives. So sorry. Good morning. Good morning, Toys. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, morning, morning. Where are all my people at? Not here, obviously. Is everybody doing well today? I hope everyone's having a fantastic holiday. And what is the holiday? The holiday is just love. The holiday is that it is Wednesday morning at 7:30 in the morning. And the holiday is that life is happening. And these are my turtitoids behind us. For those of you who are just joining in this Bologna Sandwich Show, I talk about my turtitoids nonstop. I'll show you them. Turtitoids. They're human-like species with objects growing from them. And you too can simply go on turtitoid.com and look at my stuff. I honestly wanted to come on my lives and ask people what they think about my website and what they think about my merch. So 9:04 in India. Rakesh, good to see you. 9:04 p.m. and it is 7:34 p.m. So you are yesterday or you are my future. If it's 9:04 in India, that means you're my past or that means you're my future right now. Whoa, let's talk about time travel. But Rakesh, I would love, done. I want to ask you something, Rakesh. Would you mind going onto my turtitoid.com website? TERTATOID. Will you look at it and tell me what you think if it's... I just want to know, I want to market it and I want to make sure it looks good, that the website looks good. And the only time I've marketed my website is to 2 locations. My gym, where people are barely interested in it, and here on my lives. So I want to know, I'm not making any sales, but it's because I don't market it. And I'm working on getting it set up with TikTok Shop. I'm going to do like a TikTok Shop live and figure that out. It's so over my head, but it's in my heart, if you know what I mean. It's over my head, but it's in my heart. So I would love for people to tell me what they think about my Turtitoid website. If it's you know what I want to do? I want to start getting cartoons put up. I'm going to go on Fiverr and see if somebody will make cartoons with the characters. Because you got to fall in love with the character. Before you sell anything, type here, I can only see a mirror image, hard to read. Okay, I'll do that. I think I can, oh, love you too. Let me figure out how to type on the, I can give your family much cattle. Thank you so much. My family needs a bunch of cattle. I don't know how to write. I'm on an iPad. But if you want to write this down, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Rakesh, if you're still here. It's T is in Tom. E is in Echo. R is in Ralph. T is in Tom. A is in Apple. T is in Tom. O is in Octopus. I is in Igloo. D is in dog.com. I'm on an iPad, but I'm getting a computer today. Today's the day my life is changing. I'm getting a laptop, and I will function in society so very well. Thank you so much. I don't know how to type. It's not going to work. Then I can't ask you. I'm going to have to ask somebody else. I did have a friend tell me, and it was great advice. He's like, these Turnitoids are a lot, because he wears my shirts, and people like don't know what to do with it. It would be like if I put on every piece of clothing and item I had and just stuck it to my body, and I went out in public. People would be like, hi, Gumfox. It's a lot. So explaining what the toids are, that's what I'm going to do. The Impala-toid is half Impala and half human. He rides inside of an Impala that I drew, by the way. I drew that Impala. He rides inside of it. Where's my other shirt? He rides inside of it, and he's stuck in it. And he drives around, and he honks at people, and he is kind of rude. Like, he catcalls people, and he says obnoxious things to others. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm going to read to you guys. This is a really good book. I was reading it yesterday, and it's The Miracle of Right Thought. And oh boy, did it help me. Good morning, Ryan. Hi. I have 3 lives going right now. All right. I'm not going to start preaching to you and do weird stuff. It's just that it was really good yesterday. Where did it go? It was talking about just saying hi before I leave. Thank you, Ryan. I'm glad that you're saying hi before you leave for work. I think today's a rainy day and nobody's really on my live. Sometimes it's popping, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll have to do it at nighttime to get people back on here. But that's okay. We had a great talk yesterday. We were talking about time travel. And then I was talking to this guy randomly yesterday after our live, and he wrote a trilogy of books. I always want to say trilogy, theology, and Trinity. Hi, Kabbalah. Hello, fine. Back at you. I like that. Good morning, Jay Garcia. Hello. Anyways, this guy wrote a 3-part book, so trilogy, and it's about time travel and just all this other weird, how space is infinite, and then if you did actually want to do time travel, you would have to go beyond the speed of light, which would mean from point A to point Z, what if you will, from beginning to the end, you would have moved so fast that you wouldn't have even moved. You would have done nothing. Oh, you're so sweet. Jay, you're on the vertical set in LA if you want to link up later. Yes, I have so much. Okay, so I'm supposed to meet with this guy at the Mission downtown to get a story on him, but text me because I also have boxing tonight, but maybe in between we can meet. My friend Jay is an actor in Los Angeles. I met him on set at Darman YouTube Studios, and he's always acting. He's always doing really cool things, and we always message each other at 444 or at 555. He's my spirit guide. Jay Garcia is my spirit guide. He's on set right now. A really big thing that actors do in Los Angeles are called vertical shorts. So if you guys see, there's an app, I think. It's run by a Chinese company, I believe. Vertical shorts are super popular and famous right now. And famous, they're just popular. I don't know if they're famous. Can a non-human thing be famous? Vertical shorts are popular. And actors get tons of work doing them. I am an actor. I wish I can time travel back in time to ask you out. You're funny. I mean, I'm an unask-outable type of girl because I don't know what I want in life. I just like to banter and talk, if you know what I mean. But actors are doing a lot of vertical shorts, and vertical shorts are doing a lot of actors, if you know what I mean. I'm an actor because I've been acting in films and projects. Do I currently go out and look for work? No, because I am so headstrong. Do I get paid for yapping? Oh my God, I'm screenshotting that. That is the funniest fucking thing. Oh, I did not say that word. That That is the funniest. Do I get paid for yapping? I want to prove that somebody asked me that. Do you get paid for yapping? Do you get paid for yapping? I mean, not yet. No, I love it. Please, my love language is to be made fun of. If you want to like get my attention, say things like that to me. No, I don't get paid for yapping yet, but that is the goal, is to turn this live show into something more ongoing and pick up my, I have a lot of videos to edit to actually put on my YouTube page, but I have a whole goal of doing like a live taping of Bologna Sandwich Show, and I want to just talk. People get paid so much money to talk. How come I'm not? So anyways, actress / yapper is what I am. Thank you. I love your bullet ABCI. I don't know what that means, and if that's like your company. I don't know what you do for a living, but thank you for loving my positivity. I have no other choice in life but to be positive, and neither do you guys. You have to be positive. Positive. Turn-a-toid. Turn-a-toid. I need to figure out how to write it. Positive thoughts, words, and actions create positive feelings. Positive feelings generate positive energy. Yes. And how much of life is based on energy? I like that. Yeah. So, what is my skin routine? You know, I put castor oil on my skin. My friend told me about it for a smooth. My friend told me about this, Rakesh. Haha, Kamala lost. My friend, my stepmom, my friend. Where'd that come from? Is that some weird ego, like Freudian thing? I just called my stepmom my friend. Thank you. Yeah, I drew these, and I'm selling them on my t-shirts on my website. Turtitoids. Haha. I love the debate that's going on. I know you cannot see this, but if you kind of could see it, turtitoid.com. I need to like write it up here so you guys can see it. Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying, but I'm sure that it was important. Oh, I don't have time to not be positive because I want the energy of like making shit happen to actually happen. And boy, oh boy, why didn't you cut your hair off? Weren't you upset when it happened? T-shirts. Yes, t-shirts. Right now they're $40, but it's free shipping on over $60, and it is 10% off with the code word Bologna. So this is my non-QVC channel. I'm sure there's a better way of marketing, but right now this is it. You know what I mean? We're scrapping. Scrapatoids. Everything is, so turtitoids are human-like species with objects growing from them. I think I can ship to Australia. It's through Shopify. You don't remember what you were saying, stop smoking weed. You know what happens is that I start yapping. And when the yapping starts, the thinking stops. I give you Bologna for 20% off. Yeah, if you put the code word Bologna in, you get 20% off. I mean 10% off. 10% off. Turtitoids are human-like species. Sometimes they have objects growing out of them. That's Teacup Ted. He's half man, half teacup, but there's nothing feminine about him. In fact, he's feeling very downtrodden in his life. He misses his manhood. You know, somehow he became a teacup. He didn't want to be a teacup. His wife is in the kitchen cooking. You said 20% off has been recorded. Maybe it is 20% off. God, I hope I did 20% off. I'm going to have to talk to myself about that later. I would like to talk to the manager, which is me. I'm going to talk to the manager and figure out if it's not 20%, why is it not 20%? You know what I mean? It should be 20% off. Promises kept are promises kept. Promises not kept are lies. And I am not a liar. Though I'm full of baloney, I do not lie. I keep my word to it. Damn, I feel like a teacup. I need to be nicer to that child. And yes, that's the point of Teacup Ted, to remind you to be nice to your inner child, because he beats himself up. Why doesn't he have a wrench in his hand? Why doesn't he fix cars? Like his friend Impalatoid, that's a man right there. A classic 60s Impala, driving around town, raising havoc, doing Papa Willies and spin outs. That's what Impolitoid does. There are too many people acting like children. Finally, the adults got back into control. It's, yeah, great. I don't comment on politics on this live. But if you saw me at a coffee shop at 6:30 in the morning at Starbucks on any given day, I am yelling obscenities nonstop to all of the customers about my political beliefs. In my Turtitoid shirts. That's my free marketing. Doing a burnout, picking up for a cheeseburger. Yes, that's what he's doing. Oh no, actually, Rakesh, I'm so glad you brought this up. Okay, Turtitoid is a word that does not exist. I made that word up, and it popped in my head when I was drawing these creatures, and I was like, what am I going to call them? Because humanoid. But Terratoid is what you just said, which is so crazy because Terratoid is like a monster-like being, and it's also a cancer, which is not like a sign like a Libra cancer. It's like a cancer in your body. But Turtitoid, I trademarked the name. So it definitely doesn't exist. It's class 25, so it's on t-shirts. You love white women. So do I. Mwah, mwah. I love myself. Mwah, mwah. Give myself hugs. Give myself rubs. But Turtitoid, I have dated black guys. Yes, I have. Have you dated black guys? Black ice? Black ice. Black ice. Turtitoid, I totally made that word up. And I do believe it was spirit-led. Like it was my grandma talking to me. This is a complete and total false narrative. We should be encouraging the things that she's saying about young men, etc. We should be encouraging them. Yes. Turtitoid, yes, Turtitoid. But then if you take the R and the T out and if you do Terratoid instead of Turtitoid, let me see. Yes, if you take the T out that's in between the R and the A and it's just Terratoid, that's the thing that you just put in there, the description. Oh boy, is this confusing or what? If you take that middle T out, there's 3 T's. If you take the middle T out, Terratoid. Hi, Eric. I'm talking about my Turtitoids. What else in life would I be doing at 7:48 in the morning on the way to the gym? Say it 3 times in the mirror and see what happens. Turtitoid, Turtitoid, Turtitoid. Too many sandwiches on the brain. Dude, I have so many bologna sandwiches in my head right now. I did sleep last night. I slept all the night through. So proud of myself. I was so proud of myself that I drank a whiskey sour when I woke up. I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. But my friend Eric has these really old school magazines that are like probably the first nudie but they're not that. They're like 1960s, 1970s magazines, like pinup girls with these articles inside that are insane. And my goal is to film them and then start doing like a TikTok, assuming I don't get kicked off of TikTok for doing that. But furry mags. Yeah, furry mags is what you could call them. So I have my Turtitoids. Feel free to buy them. Yes, Teacup Ted is a silly guy. You know, he's in a dress and he doesn't want to be in a dress. He's pissed off. He wants to be a man like the Impolitoid. Running around town, doing burnouts, getting cheeseburgers and milkshakes for the girls. He can't do anything. He's stuck in a teacup dress all day, listening to his nagging wife, who's Mary Toyd. Mary Toyd is another character that I'll put up there. She has a really big hand, and she's half toast, half human, with a really big hand, and boy, does she nag. There was a guy that did this series called Hotel Fetish. You have to check it out for visuals. Okay. Yeah. Hotel Fetish. I like that. Okay. Hotel Fetish. Let me write that down. I have another friend that does an Instagram, and she talks about like all the actors from like early on days, like black and white movies. And she does, it's Hollywood Facts. And like old school Hollywood. Let me write this down before I forget. Hotel Fetish. Yes, and then I can call this series of my videos that I do like pinup fetish or something. I'll come up with a name, but I like the fetish name because it gives it like an edge, but it's also safe. Like if it's like, and it tells it what it is. Is her nagging narcissistic and manipulative with gaslighting frosting? Ooh, good question. Mary Toyd, nagging. Let me write that down. This is how I get all my brainstorms for what I'm going to talk about. Is her nagging narcissistic and manipulative? I would say it's more manipulating than narcissistic. She's very jealous and insecure that he's going to go out with all the beautiful women. Her nagging is coming from a manipulating mind frame. Because there's this girl named Julia Toyd that Teacup Ted fantasizes about. Guess who Julia Toyd is? And so she's insecure. Yes, Mary Toyd is very insecure. And she kind of pushed him into marrying her. Like Teacup Ted doesn't have self-esteem. Probably been hurt before or cheated by herself. Yeah, I think as a child, manipulation could be subjective. How can manipulation be subjective? Like, I don't think I'm manipulating you, but you think I'm manipulating you. They talk about gaslighting in this channel, but what gaslighting are you talking about? Korean Dream, who sat up there and told us, okay. So Mary Toyd, which is married to Teacup Ted and controls Teacup Ted, she, like, as a child, she just, I don't know, she had insecurities. She has this really, you know why? Because she has like one big hand and then little knobs. Human-like species. Yes, they remind us to be fun and young. Okay, I have to put that on my website. Maybe I do have that on my website. Do I? They remind us to be young. I probably have this on there, and that's why you... Let me make sure Julia knows that this needs to be on the website. And when I say Julia, I mean me. Okay, I like that. Yeah. And Mary Toyd, I got to get a picture of her up here. She has little nubs, and then she has one big hand, and she's super proud of it. And she's half toast, and her legs are skinny and weird like Teacup Ted's. So she manipulates people. She's insecure. She found this guy to marry her. And he sits in his apartment, kind of like Married with Children, Al from Married with Children, but a little bit different. And then and Paula Toyd, you know what I mean? Jack species have superpowers of fighting. Yeah. I like all this brainstorming. Do you guys think it would be good once I get the cartoons coming to life? And then, because I'm like, nobody's buying my shirts, but why would they? Why is anybody even listening to me right now? Today's a low, slow day. I have nobody on my other live. Hardly anybody on Instagram. Is it the lighting? Is it the time of day? Is it a curse from God? What is going on with our lives? I just need to know. This is going to totally be, this is going to take off. This is totally going to be a live recording at a comedy club with a bunch of freaking baloney. You know what I mean? The best political talk show. We should, you know what? I'm going to talk about politics. I'm going to talk about politics. Quality over quantity. Quality over quantity in life, you mean? Quality over quantity. Okay, I'm going to think about what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but do you mean in pertaining to my art, or are we talking politics? I should let people talk politics. I want to do that on my show. I have many views about politics. Did all of the politics people leave because I was ignoring them? And I apologize. In fact, on my next live, I'm going to say political talk. Baloney political talk. Oh my gosh, jeepers. That's what I'm doing. Politics or art of politics. I see what you did there. I see what you did. We were talking about art and then politics and the art of politics. I'm meaning you got the best people in chat as much as 200 people would be nice. Yeah. At least Al Bundy took care of his kids and supported his wife. Yes, he did. And he worked hard with his hands down his pants. But he did support his family. Ooh, maybe what it is that, you know what I think it is? Mary Toyd is like the breadwinner. And does Teacup Ted work? And then what does he do? And the truth is that Al Bundy is just somebody that you criticize. I don't mean to criticize Al Bundy. I digress. Al Bundy is a character of love and hope who holds his family together, who deals with a crazy, kind of crazy wife. Not really. He just wants to work and drink beer and be left alone. What man doesn't? And that is Teacup Ted's story in life. He just wants to watch TV, have a cigar. Teacup is following his dream, and his lady just wants him to bring a paycheck. Okay, that's an option right there. Teacup Ted is following his dream. Teacup Ted following his dream. And I have to think, what is his dream? His dream. And Mary Toyd just wants a paycheck. So she can go shopping or something. Yeah, Mary Toyd is coming down the street, and could be the character, be opposite to life, or I think normal way. Yeah, obviously have to do a little bit more digging, but this is fun. And then, as the days progress, I can tell you what I came up with. But I need to think about, obviously, there's a part of me in all of these characters because I'm the one that's writing them. So, why is Teacup Ted, what is he doing with his life? I know what he wants right now. He's totally he's like an Al Bundy. Maybe he's going to work. That's a great observation. He's going to work. And then Impala Toyd, and do they know each other? And then I have Mary Toyd, Teacup Ted, Impala Toyd. I have Julia Toyd. She's like a princess with weird legs coming out of her. I have Boxing Toyd. He loves to box, but he's super skinny, but he's really good at it. And he's like, focus, focus, focus. That's my boxing teacher. My boxing teacher is a huge inspiration in my life, whether he knows it or not. And he probably doesn't want to be, but he is. Rather than speak about something specific concerning politics, she keeps things it's in her interest to do so because she's not based on logic and reason. No, I was going to say that. Thank you. But I get sidetracked. His wife has a conspiracy about boxed cereal. She thinks the prize would be a lotto ticket, so the house is full of plastic. Honestly, I'm screenshotting that because she's that weird. And I'm going to talk about politics. It's just not going to be in this live because I'm getting sidetracked with really good information on this right here. His wife has a conspiracy about boxed cereal. Why does that keep going away? She thinks a prize would be a lotto ticket, so the house is full of plastic knickknacks, hence her wanting. Yeah, there's something along the lines of that, like where she's got some crazy thing about her that doesn't make sense. It's a little bit off. And there's something about her that pushes Teacup Ted. He feels pushed. He doesn't feel loved. He doesn't feel accepted. And politics-wise, where would they be politics-wise? She would be left. She would be far left or far right, and he's like a libertarian. So Teacup Ted is like a libertarian. And then his wife, Mary Toyd, the crazy one, she's got to be like far left or far right. And I'm totally going to talk about politics. I'm going to do maybe tomorrow, Thursday, I'll do like a politics show. I definitely will discuss politics. But I came on here with a certain purpose to talk about my Turtotoids. Maybe a character could live two lives, one in his dream. Ooh! 2 lives. Yeah, because I actually made this animation with him and I didn't really finish it, but he's sitting in his living room and he's starting to fantasize about another woman, and Mary Toyd can feel what he's fantasizing about another woman. I know what you're doing. And it was a picture of me. But then I'm like, this is a little narcissistic. If I have my Turtotoids daydreaming about me and it's a picture of me in their mind. I will get to politics, but she just wants a paycheck. Yeah. He lives 2 lives. He lives 2 lives. Yeah, because I feel like we all do that in a way. Like everybody lives 2 lives. She stays in the bath too long, barking orders. Totally. Mary Toyd stays in the bath too long. The image of somebody staying in the bath too long and barking orders with like a cigarette or just like a scotch in her hand. Stays in bath too long, barking orders. I love it. But I think, yeah, exactly, the life that we want to have and the life that we do have. And then, but it's kind of like, damn, why can't we make the life that we want to have happen? Well, because he's married, but he lives two lives. I'll say, his, what do you call it when it's, okay, his reality and his daydreaming or his fantasy, which, by the way, fantasies are never as good as we fantasize them to be. Like, when it comes down to living a fantasy, let me take you to Chipotle. That's a pickup line. I got to use that for one of my characters. But people that are in relationships, married, and they have an affair, the affair is always good. Oh my God, I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely. Yeah, I can add politics into this too, like how there's men playing in women's sports. Maybe one of my Turnitoids is like a total gnarly, bulky, big dude, and he's identifying as a female. And he's like playing like in like little kids rugby or something. And it's just so he can kick children. Fantasy could be positive. Why fantasize? Like, yeah, and even as humans, fantasizing is positive. But his fantasy is that, like, yeah, right now it's like he wants something better for his life. It could be positive. He fantasizes about not being a teacup. Maybe that's the thing that Mary Toyd loves about him, is that he's a teacup, because she can kind of control him and keep him in the house. But I like that. He's fantasizing about something positive. He just doesn't want to be a teacup. I got to go more into this. I need to maybe smoke some weed, which I don't ever do. I'm going to go to my mom's house for a week. But just as these Turnitoids came to my mind, I'm sure that I can figure out ways to, like, yeah, if I just sit with it and really think about who they are. Fantasize to be brave, savior. Yeah, he wants to do something super impressive. He's been held back his whole life by his little skirt teacup, so he couldn't play sports. I guess he could have been like a speaker somewhere, but he wants to save people somehow. I like that. I love that you're brainstorming with me. Seriously, it's fun. Brainstorming sessions. He wants to turn his life around. Maybe he needs to impress somebody. What was his family life like? Like, how far back do I go with these characters? Do I go back to when they were infant? It's like I do want to turn these into a cartoon, like a Family Guy sort of thing, like a cartoon, you know? So the characters do need to be developed. Fantasy does not recognize boundaries. Let's think what happens when we cross thresholds. Yes, fantasy does not require boundaries. Great statement. That should, like, be on my wall. Fantasy does not require boundaries. That's super smart. It doesn't recognize. Fantasy doesn't recognize. I love that. And isn't it kind of life that was created out of nothing? That's kind of like a fantasy in God's head, and then he did it. Are still talking about the past, and the present never leads to future memories. His child friends are still talking about the past. Yeah, fantasy. I clearly does not recognize boundaries. Fantasy does not recognize boundaries. I'm going to remember this, because no, Ukraine did not deserve this. I completely agree. It's horrible. It's horrible. I kind of feel like I'm not totally educated on the intricacies of what is going on in the war with I think it's horrible that Russia invaded Ukraine. I think he absolutely needs to be stopped. I hate war on every level. It's never good for anybody. The only people that want war are the politics. Thank you, Batman. You'll be there, sweetie, to guide you. Thank you. Fantasy does not recognize boundaries. But I think the war should stop, is what I think. That's what I think. Elders send youth to die. Hurt people. War just keep. Yes. Oh my God. Johnny Cash had a great song. It's on my Instagram page. if you guys, Julia_Bernstein. Anyways, he sang the song at the Nixon White House. And he pretended he was going to go to the White House to sing. This is a great documentary. He pretended he was going to go to sing these particular songs for Nixon because Nixon wanted him to sing these songs that would benefit Nixon. And he went up there and sang a song that bashed Nixon and the Vietnam War. It is so good. Pretty much like what you just said, that elders send their youth into war to die. I gotta go because I'm going to the gym. War is also a fantasy that is harsh in reality. War is never good for anybody, and it makes me sad. And like the humans, the like regular people, we don't want war. Yeah. I hate that Russia invaded Ukraine. It's horrible. And the people, the citizens that live in these countries, citizens don't want war. We want peace. And even with the Israel and Palestine thing, the Israelis and Palestinians are friends. There's a lot of them. They don't want that to happen. It's always a government. It's always like a political thing. I hate it. But anyways, okay, so I came here to talk about art, which I was kind of doing. Fantasy does not recognize boundaries. I'm going to remember that in my imagining. Anyways, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to go to the gym. Homes, all memories are gone forever. Yes. And the fires that happened up here, it wasn't a war, but, you know. Okay, so I'm going to get going. I have to go to the gym, and then I'm going to be back on my lives this week again. Maybe this evening. But thank you for the brainstorming sesh. If you don't mind subscribing to my channel and then pushing like on this video, that helps me as I form whatever it is the heck that I'm doing. I'm doing something. Take care, sweetie. Thank you so much. Take care to you guys. And blessings on blessings. And I hope the world turns out okay. I hope today is a great day and the world keeps existing until tonight. Okay, threshold moment. I like it. Please continue to join. I like what you have to say. And I'm going to get into politics on one of my lives. Even though I'm not that smart. I'm a smartatoid. Smartatoid. I'm going to go to the coffee shop and write. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye. Hi, live on Instagram.